Boom.
Welcome to Talking After the Show. Tonight we're talking about The Flash, Fallout, Season 1, Episode number 14.
Yes.
Thanks for joining us. We've got Christopher.
Boom.
And we have Devin. And we are talking after the show. So where would you like to start?
Well, I'd like to start with you, Ari.
Oh, really?
Because you put Iris on notice last week. And I think, yeah. Oops, sorry. Oops.
Uh-oh.
Oops, 1 second.
Oh, hey, we've got ourselves open in another...
Oh, yeah.
There we go.
Like, whoa, someone's entering you.
Okay, yeah, I was going to say.
So, yeah, so by extension, you had Iris on notice, and I think by extension, you have Beefcake on notice as well for last week.
Not really. I didn't have Beefcake on notice. I was just a little curious about the facility that is S.T.A.R Labs. I mean, we know all the amazing experiments that are going on there, and we have ongoing questions about the capabilities of the holding cells and what's possible. But I think last week proved that they have a waxing salon there, as we got to see.
It's a full feature.
Ronnie's bare chest immediately, and we talked about what a quick transformation he had from kind of homeless-looking Firestorm guy to insta waxed Beefcake Ronnie with fabulous haircut.
Right. It's like that whole trick. You get a beautiful person from Hollywood and you just put a wig on them and they're so ugly. Oh my god. And then and they take off the wig. It's like, oh my god. Yeah. You're beautiful on the outside and inside.
Yeah. So no character was on notice for that, for sure.
Okay.
But I would
A bare chest is natural sometimes.
Occasionally, yes.
Sorry, I'm not trying to be sensitive or anything, but my chest is very bare.
Yeah.
It's bare at all.
Somebody's
I'm just saying.
No. I agree. I'm just saying that someone is on notice for thinking that we would instantly believe that someone would be insta-groomed by those few minutes spent at S.T.A.R Labs if they're not showing us the full salon setup there.
At the very least, we need an 80s montage.
That's right. Something to that effect. But yeah, as far as really being on notice, kind of, once again, Iris is not getting off notice, I think, anytime soon.
Okay.
I do appreciate her curiosity today. I feel like it's sad that somebody else had to suggest it to her.
Vis-a-vis.
Yes, that someone had to force baked goods on her for her to see the light. That's something interesting. And her dad down the street and that sort of thing.
Yeah, they're amazing. I can't lie. They're amazing.
Yes.
They're the best things ever in life.
Yeah.
Yeah. But just in general, for this whole episode, there's a lot to process and obviously a lot to come with all the things that they set up at the end. So I was a little overwhelmed by it.
Right. I felt like, I think overwhelmed was a good thing, but last week it felt very slow and not much going on. And what was really there wasn't, I think, written very well. I think it was very. I think it was very
long as it needed to move along, but not really making things happen.
Yeah. So I don't know. So yeah. So Iris still on notice.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. And then, what do you think of the overall episode?
What I just said.
Yeah.
I think it's a lot happened. There's a lot to process, and obviously a lot to come. So.
Right. Yeah. I think it was really weird. I think last episode was really weird compared to the previous episodes, where, I feel like they're really just letting it all hang out. Like there's a lot of things that would, I think, on a normal episode or normal show just take a long time to develop, and here they're just very they're just letting all the pieces just go out.
And I like the even though it complicates things, I like the competing interests of throwing in the military folks that are interested in using them as, and I honestly think that if this happened in real life, I think that there would be a lot of competing interests, like way more than what we see even on this show.
Right. And I appreciated the we had the military doing action on domestic soil to get the Flash, and then the newspaper guy, or reporter actually said, like, hey, doesn't anyone think that's really odd?
Yeah.
I was like, yes, thank you. It's really odd. You can't do that, really. So I thought that was pretty sweet. But, I feel like also the actor who plays General Eiling is just...
Oh, Clancy Brown?
Clancy Brown's. He's
awesome.
Perfect typecast. I mean, not typecasting, but perfect casting for that role. So, yeah, I was really happy with that.
Yes.
So, yeah. I don't know. Did we lose Devin? Devin, are you there? Oh, I think we lost Devin.
I think Devin's camera froze. We might have to wait for him to come back.
Yeah, hopefully he comes back. So, okay.
But for the part that's going to be edited out, I'll just say that I've loved Clancy Brown ever since Buckaroo Banzai.
Yes, he was really good.
One of my all-time favorite movies.
Well, I'm just happy because if things go according to plan, at the end of the episode, no spoilers, but
Brown, dude, he's like Luther, man.
Okay, we lost you for a minute, Devin.
He's so cool.
Yeah, there we go.
I'm sorry.
Okay, I think we might be caught up.
I think we're caught up. Okay, are you sure? Devin?
I mean, you're okay. Yo.
Oh, there you go. I think we're caught up now. I think we're caught up. Almost.
Okay, so am I to think that all of this enthusiasm is about General? Ruh-roh.
Uh-oh.
Technical
I'm
difficulty.
gonna flash right now, and I kind of want to make you guys move faster.
I don't know. I think Wi-Fi is kind of slow.
And then just stop.
I don't know.
Okay, we're not here.
No, it's very stuttery. Is all. It's just like.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I'll turn this off. Okay. So, Devin, are you there? Okay. Okay. I think we lost him.
I think so too.
I think we lost
So,
him.
Devin, if you can hear us, you might need to reconnect.
Yes.
We'll watch out for you.
Right.
But we are not hearing full sentences from you. Just so you know, there's something up with the connection.
Right. I think the.
Okay. So, in the meantime.
Yeah. So, yeah, if you're there, just give us a call or email us or I don't know.
Or close out and rejoin.
Close out, rejoin. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can close out, rejoin.
But I want to change this real quick, the settings. And maybe
Okay.
If not, we'll do what we need to do.
Okay.
Okay.
Sounds good. You're back.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Back?
Yeah, I think so.
Rock on!
Okay.
Yes.
Computer sucks.
I think that we might be caught up.
It just looks so bad.
Yeah, I'm
It's
afraid.
the worst. This is the worst part of it right now. I have an awesome camera. I have awesome stuff everywhere else, but this computer is just not conducive to anything really making this easy.
So, okay, all right. Maybe we're just like throwing too good of material at it.
Right.
They can't process it.
Right.
So, okay.
Anyway, so we were talking about the General and about competing interests, and why don't you run with it?
Well,
or
no.
Devin.
Devin, let's see, get your thoughts on the General.
Mr. Eiling.
Yes.
He's not new, though. It's so cool to see like a character come up from the comic books as well as JLU. Justice League Limited, the animated series that came on back in like 2004 to like 2006 or so. I don't know. I kind of followed it, kind of didn't. But it was awesome. It was a good show. And it's kind of cool to see him appear, but the way he kind of ended himself, or way he was ended, was kind of rough. Like, Mr. Eiling, I mean, you went out a much better way in the animated series and comic books. I'm sorry, you did.
Well, I'm not 100% sure he's dead, but I agree. just because of the way things have been going. Like, people that are dead have not really been dead, so there's a possibility that he's still alive.
Yeah, I think he's gonna come back. I think my favorite,
maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, because he still has to bring Captain Atom into the being, so so. That's fine.
Oh, you're this guy. You're that guy. I appreciate that so much. That's like, the Captain Atom is like the big deal, sir.
Yeah. So
I
yeah.
don't want to throw that situation, but thank you.
Yeah. So Captain Atom, I'm like, so he's also in charge of the Captain Atom project, which he and then just to have Firestorm, Captain Atom go at it, it'd be awesome. Blah blah, fan stuff, awesome. But yes, let's talk about the episode. We had revelations that Barry, they actually told Barry that he was traveled back in time. We had this stupidest thing where it's like, I thought it was stupid. It was like Wells didn't know anything about time travel, and so he said, "Go talk to the guy that we just brought back from the dead, Dr. Stein." Which is like, whoa, hey, I just happen to know some guy that we just sent home. Can you go, give him a pizza, and maybe he'll share some news with you? I thought that was like, that's crazy. We don't have to hire a new actor. So, but yeah.
I want to say one thing though, as far as that goes though, is that Stein obviously, not Stein, Wells obviously kind of knows who Stein is and knows what he is capable of. And his jealousy is obviously evident. And this whole entire thing has been obviously set in motion by him. Like, it was obviously set in motion. It's not like some new thing or some, like, big anything. It's there. Like, Wells did all this on purpose. And that's where I'm kind of like, okay. All right. Stein's reaching a little bit the whole situation. He's at home, chilling at home.
Yeah.
Just at home. Living it up. I'm just like, yeah, you're hunted by the government. Like, they want you dead or alive.
Right.
And when, like, and then also, I'm sorry, Wells, looking at him in general, first of all, he has lace-up shoes.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, like, when you're a paralyzed person, I don't want to make presumptions or anything, but when you're that kind of person, I feel like you don't want to have lace-up shoes. Slip-ons are probably better.
Yeah.
And also, like, nice, loose pants, not some skinny jeans. I feel like it's a good thing. I mean, Wells is just, so many tells are just there. Wells and tells.
Hey.
Wells and tells.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
In the teaser next week, obviously.
Yeah, things get yes. They kind of spill the beans at the end of this season of this episode.
Yes.
With they pretty much. Spoilers is that they actually come out and say Wells is Reverse Flash, and so I felt that they could have saved that one for next week. They could actually like drag that one on because they did a lot this episode. They did a lot of they had to continue the Firestorm series, the storyline, and they had to like do the whole Barry's mom time travel thing. So they could have just dragged out the Reverse Flash thing like one more weekend. So, but because I think it was totally, but the last minute, if you're a fan, like a big of the show, was just outrageously awesome. I mean, just because you had the Reverse Flash and Groot in the same room. Yeah, it just like, and I'm not a big Groot fan, like we talked about last week or whatever. Like I got excited. Yeah. So.
Oh, it's just. Because the Flash's villains are so, they're not necessarily like, they're not homicidal. They're not like, crazy. They'll do things that, serve the interest or whatever. But like Rod doesn't. It's not about that. He's intelligent, yes. He's a genius, yes. He's been enhanced, obviously, by S.T.A.R Labs' experiments in some way, shape, or form. So he's obviously intelligent in some way. But he is still a brutal savage at the end of the day. And that is what you see when he comes. He's like, bam, smash, bring you to me, like, dead. Like, what? That's Grodd in a nutshell. But it's not, because he is a genius.
Right.
He developed, like, weapons beyond anything we could imagine. Because he's a genius at the same time. He's telepathic, telekinetic, and his force of mind. His force of mind is what really makes everything work.
Right.
Force of mind.
Well, I mean, you know that if you're a fan, but you don't know that if you're like watching what they've given you so far, right? So like,
but it's so brutal so far, though, man. Oh my gosh, it's so brutal so far. It's like, you've seen this brutal, crazy gorilla dude in a suit. I mean, whatever, fine, whatever, fine. Come on.
So,
but it's awesome, and you know what? It's Grodd. Finally realized on TV.
That's pretty awesome. So do you have anything to like, Devin? Do you have any idea, comment about the murder mystery or Firestorm storylines in this episode?
Well, I mean, Firestorm in general is just a character that I never really loved Firestorm. I never really loved him. I liked him as a character for sure. He definitely was a key part of the Flash's whole like storyline-ish. Not really though. He's a backup storyline. He's backup. He was like halfway there in the Barry Allen's run. It was, but it was whatever.
Right.
But I mean, I like the way they're kind of bringing it to the forefront nowadays. It's really interesting to see this whole like Martin Stein, Ron and Raymond dynamic and how it kind of evolves.
Right.
Like they've obviously, he exploded. Nuclear fission in action.
Right.
Really. But it happened. It was awesome. And we're just like, okay, they're separated. They're whatever. And then a little contrived.
Right.
As far as how they came back together again. I mean, if you're really going to, run in there and save them, like, why would you not run him as fast as you can away from anything? Like, I'm sorry, you're the fastest man alive. Like, you're going to run in there and like grab this guy and just run off. It just doesn't make sense to me.
Right.
Minute level. But too. So.
Right. Yeah, I mean it's part of the story, right? Is this like they blow up, have an A-bomb go off, and then they try to merge and separate again, and it's just like, oh, we know what we're doing now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's just like, oh yeah, we can just do that.
It's so easy.
Yeah, it's so easy. Why didn't we do that before? We could avoid the whole.
We figured it out.
So, yeah.
We got it.
Yeah.
Boom, separate. Boom, again. Boom, separate. Like, really? Come on. Like, I mean, I love the show. I do.
Yeah.
I love the Flash show. But certain things just kind of jump beyond suspension of disbelief. I'm sorry. They gotta do.
Well,
it's frustrating. I mean, just in general, for any show that you're watching, if they set up canon or a set of rules or something like that, and a writer comes along and borks the whole thing just to keep their particular story going, like, I can make this exception to keep my plot line moving, then, that's a little bit of a disservice to the people that are watching. It's like, well, I mean, there's a joke about this on Parks and Rec that we were referencing the other day, but we watched Fringe like pretty much all in one row, like, not super binge watching, but without watching much else in between. It was during the holidays when everything else is kind of shut down, and so we watched Fringe from beginning to end, and we were kind of joking about how they learned a lot from Lost and how fans got upset with Lost, and because it's also a J.J. Abrams thing. And so anyway, there's this joke on Parks and Rec that like one of the characters, the nerdy character, stayed up all night because he couldn't sleep and just checked all of season 1 of Fringe and couldn't find any plot holes and was so excited by that. But I think it's true for people that are regular watchers of a show. It's kind of like if you set up a set of personalities, a set of rules, all that sort of thing, a set of parameters, like this is what the show is. And then if you mess with that, you have to have a really good reason other than convenience, I guess.
Okay, I want to say one thing real quick though, just as far as comic book fans go.
Yeah.
We're used to this. It happens on like a regular basis. They change things up. They retcon things, which is like a retroactively altering continuity.
So do you think that's a fair assessment?
Retroactively altering continuity.
Of
messing with continuity is typical in comic books. Is that a thesis that you agree with?
Yeah, it happens all the time. But in TV shows, it's like, I think in this season 1, I think it's okay to expect some things that are not working too well, but not really. I mean, it's just like. I just feel like it was just a weak episode. Like it was just,
yeah. See, there's one. I can see on the one hand where it's like that. Whether it's the writer of the comic book or the director of the episode, whatever, kind of feels like, and if it's an accepted thing within the genre to say, okay, that some X parts of this are going to be up to the expression of that particular writer or director, and if that's an accepted part of the way that media works, great.
Right.
But I'm not 100% sure that works for episodic television.
Right. I mean, yeah.
I'm probably wrong. There's probably a zillion. I mean, but and I can probably think of a few times, that I've been okay with throwing out a formula.
Right. I think it just goes back to
wrong per se. I just will say that it's just a different perception.
Right.
What it's down to is that like. Okay, I don't mean to interrupt you at all. I'm sorry.
No.
Okay. Me as a comic book fan, I watch this show to see all the little bits of things. Like, last show, like Mal Duncan being mentioned, that was crazy. I didn't mention it at all.
Yeah.
At all. Well, I didn't realize it until I watched it again. I was like,
Mal Duncan? Yeah, like, who is that?
Mal Duncan is he's a Teen Titans character from back in like the 60s through the 70s. He's one of the very first black characters to kind of really be given exposure in the comic books.
Okay.
He's also known as Vox, the Herald. He has this like horn, Gabriel's horn, that can teleport him throughout time and space and things and stuff and everything else around him. It was contrived and ridiculous. And also known as the Guardian 2, which found an exoskeleton somehow before it happened. He's a very lucky guy. I can't lie. He's lucky as hell. I mean, he's lucky dude. But he found like a skeleton earlier on. He's like, I'm a Guardian.
Okay.
You're the Guardian, right?
The new Guardian?
Jim Harper?
Is it the new Guardians or the?
Okay. Jim Harper was the Guardian. He was like a Guardian of Metropolis.
The Guardian. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, the Guardian. Okay, that guy. Yeah.
Yeah, that guy, right? Newsboy Legion, all that nonsense. Yes.
Yeah.
Good time. Not nonsense. Sorry, it's good stuff. Good stuff. Anyone listening? Sorry, good stuff.
Yeah.
Awesome stuff. Great stuff. But it was nonsense, and he died. Right. And then Mal Duncan found his like armor suit thing he did, whatever. Right. And to become the second Guardian, and then became his own character.
Okay.
Herald and
Okay, yes. Cool. Yeah, gotcha. Okay, cool. All right, so now we know. Like, so I missed that reference last week too, so that's cool. Yeah, so like as a fan and as written by comic book writers who are also fans of past work, I mean, it's nice, it's easy, and it's nice, and they want to put those things in for fans in there. But also, I mean, there's also just, with any show like this of any nature, there's just going to be, I mean, I'm not so upset about them not putting that stuff in there or putting that out in there. It's just giving the characters a rationale and reason for doing things that doesn't make them look stupid, and it doesn't negate what was already gone before. It's not like the whole red pepper thing is like, why would Barry like eat a red pepper? Like that's like the stupidest thing. And then also, out
of his character, like he doesn't do that kind of thing. He's Barry Allen.
Right. Yeah. So like I can understand doing Barry, but I'm like, at the same time, he would be a nice guy to do it not at her workplace and embarrass her. Like that was that's crazy talk. But
no, it's not, sir.
So, but I think that's
talk.
Okay. So we're this close to the out of character act is about to be called the red pepper from here on out.
Okay, red pepper.
We're getting this close.
I like that.
If there was a red pepper in this episode, I think we're all going to know what that means.
I'm putting the red pepper on notice.
Where was she though? Like, nowhere to be found. Like, put her out there so prominently, and then she just disappeared into nowhere.
Yeah, she was nowhere to be found in the episode.
Who?
Where was Linda Park?
Right. Oops.
Where was she?
Yeah. And they even spent quite a few scenes at the paper. I mean, not for very long, but she could have just wandered by or something.
Exactly. You were there. I mean, it's been like, hey, what's up, y'all? How you doing?
Right. And then, but it was Iris's...
Yes.
Yeah, it was Iris West's moment to shine to, like, hey, if you want to be a reporter, you should probably be inquisitive. That was like...
Who gets to learn? Yeah, who gets to learn on the job anymore, right?
Yeah.
And,
I mean, but Iris has ever. We didn't really seen her start out though. That's a problem. That's the thing. It's not a problem really. It's kind of that cool thing about this whole situation is that you can say, oh, Iris, blah blah blah, but like we never really seen her start out as a reporter covering the Flash.
Okay, but anybody else? No,
Iris, Barry Allen. It was there. It was like a novel type thing.
In real life, she would have been fired by now. I'm just saying.
In real life, though, it doesn't apply to TV shows. Come on.
Red pepper.
Something.
Red pepper. Yeah.
A little something. You can't apply real life anything to these shows. The CW one. Let's be real.
CW.
That's right.
He's putting other people in the role.
Real right now. Like CW is CW. It's trying to make every romance thing happen that can happen in life. And it's
but just in general, I mean, we talked last week about how yes, they can write a strong female character, and that it's absolutely possible, and it's not, Iris is well acted. In my opinion,
yes.
I'll come out and say that.
Yeah, nothing against the acting.
Yeah, and nothing against the acting or anything. I'm just so annoyed with the way that she, like, her naivete is used to just further along a plot line, and to create this a story so imaginary that it's like too imaginary for a story about a superhero. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, she gets to keep this job that she's terrible at,
I like C. Mason Trowbridge, and I don't even care the character at all in the comic book at all. Not even a little bit. Not even a tiny bit like the character in the comic book at all. But his name's there, so I'm just like, Mason. Trying to help her out a little bit. You're such a cool guy, Mason. You're so cool. Oh, Mason. Like I you're right though. It's fun. I love your perspective because I'm a geek, full on comic geek. I love all the references here and there. I'm mesmerized by all the little things that come here and there and come out in my face. Like they're there. It's like, oh, if we love comic books, here's some stuff for you to see. And I'm like, shiny things? Shiny things are here. Oh, you mean all the shiny things. But, like, I appreciate your perspective because you can see beyond that. Because you're looking at shows from a show standpoint, and that's what really matters. That's the whole thing. It really does. Like, I can see it from, like, I see all kinds of references to all kinds of things. And some of them matter, some of them don't. Some of them really don't. I mean, whatever, like Bob Duncan, who cares? But seriously, I mean, it's like you have that perspective that like makes me see the show differently. Just a little bit, because I watched it again. I watched it the first time.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah,
I watched it a lot. A lot. Like after we do our podcast.
Yeah.
Like, yo, she was right though. You're so dumb. How did you not know what's going on? Like, I don't understand how she could just sit here and listen to this garbage and just be like, okay.
Well, plus, I mean, and just, I'm sorry, like, okay, I went to journalism school, so I have that little bias going on.
Yeah!
But, yeah.
Hell yeah.
Okay, but here's the other thing. Not only is the guy saying, "Hey, why aren't you curious about everything at S.T.A.R Labs?" Yada yada yada. We have this cool story that, yeah, pretty much like,
pretty much.
Who the hell? What are you thinking? You know people that know stuff that's going on there. Her dad is a cop. And so it's like, not only does she, have this insight, to like crime in the city and what's going on, and usually cops know a lot more about what's going on in the city than regular citizens do or anybody else's dad would. But now, there's the S.T.A.R Labs angle. I'm like, for all this time I had thought, and I've been quiet about it for all of these, but I'm like, girlie, you got a job at a newspaper and your dad is a cop. You are eating dinner at his house every day and saying, "So, Dad, what's going on?" Yeah. Because that's how you move up in your job if you're a reporter. I'm sorry. That's just
you guys hang out so much together all of a sudden. You just hang out all the time. You're at, what's this place called? Oh.
Dad, I know we moved out, but we need to talk like 2 or 3 times a day, right?
Cisco, where'd you go? Where'd you come from? Cisco, where'd you come from?
Yeah.
Cisco, who are you, Caitlin? Where do you come? How do I know you? Why do I know you, and why do you know you? What?
Right. Wait a minute.
Like, come on. Like, it's just like, it's all just, you're so perfect on that.
Okay, so all my biases are out on the table. Sorry if people are sick of hearing me rant about it or whatever.
Notice.
I'm on notice. Okay, fine.
Well, like, even with that, like, my beef with that is, like, at the end of the show, she's just like, she's talking to, was it Barry, like, and Caitlin? Was it at the diner, or was it?
Cisco and Caitlin.
Cisco and Caitlin. And then she goes up to them and is like, "Hey, how's your cousin doing?" And they're like, and they got their city wrong as to where he was going.
And she didn't pursue it.
No, she didn't pursue it. No, I'm like, no, it was that, which was, that was the thing. Like, oh, they messed up the city he's from. Now I'm so pissed off. I had this vendetta. Now I'm gonna go pursue my career in journalism. I'm like, seriously, you get a city wrong, and you're like, that's enough for you to go off? I'm like, you got a guy in a red suit, running around your city.
Her defense, real quick.
What?
Is that, okay, yes, she wasn't exactly attuned to this kind of thing before, but Mason Trollbridge, or whatever his name is in the show, Mason Troll, whatever you're going to call him, Mason Bridge, I don't know what it is. I don't care. But he obviously is attuned, made her kind of think a little bit.
All right.
And that's why she's kind of like, oh, maybe I kind of now realize that you saying things you weren't supposed to be saying. Like that kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like, maybe you lying a little bit. I mean, I'm saying. Like, it's...
Yes, we'll give her a little bit of benefit of the doubt for realizing that... like realizing that her friends are keeping secrets from her. Right. Okay, we'll give her a little bit of benefit of the doubt.
But why are her friends, though? I'm wondering, though. Like, why are, like, Caitlin and Cisco they're friends? Like, I don't understand why she even cared about them at all.
Right.
Every once in a while, with Barry, like, he's like, yo, these are my friends. Caitlin, Cisco, from somewhere. And they're just there, automatically there. There's nothing. Like, there's nothing. There's nothing. It's like, and the whole, like, it just doesn't make sense to me. I'm just...
Right.
As far as like a show goes, though. But as far as like comic book go, I'm like, you know what? Certain things lost over. Certain panels are just not going to be there.
Right.
That's why I love Ari being here, because she can say,
right.
It makes a lot of sense in a show sense. Like Harrison Wells, like, come on.
Right.
He's wearing like super tight pants, like string up like laces with shoes. Like, what are you doing, dude?
That must be for
slip-ons and sweatpants. A person who is like not able to move around with full mobility may wear. That's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, you're really gonna be like,
hey, I mean, just because he's in a wheelchair doesn't mean he's not concerned about fashion. All right, I mean, come on. You can be slave to fashion in a wheelchair. That's all I gotta say.
Skinny jeans, bro.
Skinny jeans. Skinny jeans. That's
no
totally
paralyzed person on earth wears skinny jeans.
Yeah, that to me, yeah. If I was there and it needed like my denial about that. Like, I noticed that, but I needed my denial excuse. I would say he has a valet.
Yeah.
That's what the lie that I would tell myself.
But there's no one present when he walks into his house. He rolls in there all whatever. He gets nothing. There's no one there to help him out of his chair. There's no one there to say, hey, what's up?
Yeah.
No one to say anything. No one there at all.
Yeah.
Doing all these things. And Carlos, sorry, I almost say Carlos Valdez because it's his real name. But Cisco is just like, well, it must have just been, I'm just like, really? Really? You're a scientist, and you can't see what I see. I'm not a scientist. I'm just this guy.
Right.
Here, and you're just really stupid, really, though. Dumb and naive, and you're wasting our time, and your time as well.
Yeah.
Stop it, Carlos.
Yeah, but it's funny. Yeah, I mean, I keep wondering if it's just this, ongoing naive phase like that has to happen with every show, and that, if at some point we get to like where all the cards are out on the table and everybody knows everything, will that change things? And but it's still, the show is still fun to watch even with all of these.
Are you guys watching Arrow, by the way, at all?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm just saying, okay, I don't want to switch gears. Sorry, guys. Apologize. But Arrow is at a point right now where all the cards on the table.
Yes.
Right, yeah.
What? And we will see that eventually with The Flash.
Yes, I agree.
I know what becomes of Cisco Ramon.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yeah, it just seems like The Flash is getting... It took, Arrow 3 seasons to get to where it's at, whereas Flash is going to get there in 1 season.
They're going to have to do it quicker. Yeah.
Yeah, and then, I
think they need to.
Well, also the second season is going to be crazier. So, yeah. But, yeah, so, sorry.
We're both getting over it.
Sorry, guys.
We hung in there as long as possible.
Want some water?
Yeah. But I will just say, just for my bet, it's director is Steven Surgic. I believe that's right.
That looks right.
Yeah, Surgic. The cool thing is that he actually directed Kids in the Hall series.
Kids in the Hall!
Yeah. And then he also...
Classic! 90s classic!
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So he also... He also did Wayne's World 2.
Oh, wow.
Which means he's still doing TV.
Wayne's World 2?
Yeah. He did Wayne's World 2.
Wayne's World 2. He directed that. That nullifies everything Kids in the Hall has ever done in the evening.
Well, that's why he's still doing TV. Thank you, Rob.
Sorry, man.
Sorry, man. No, I thought it was directed very well.
Excellent. Party on. This is not conducive to anything in life.
Yeah. So I think it was a really well directed episode. I think if I had to take anything that was from this episode, it was that all the weapons that the General had reminded me of 1960s, 70s comic books, where it was like, oh, I've got this weird device which will stop you. Here's this box of blades for the Flash. Oh, here's this rocket of phosphorus. Just like, whoa, we got all these freaking toys all of a sudden.
All right. I want to interject a little bit though, because this. Okay, so there's a Justice League storyline back during the '90s, late '90s. During the heyday of Justice League, Grant Morrison writing it, Mark Waid writing it. It was all about Batman basically had these things devised to take down every single member of Justice League. Not all of them made sense. Doesn't matter. It's comic books. But what matters is that it happened and it was there. And this was a callback to that. I'm sorry. If this kind of thing happened in our world, they would all know already. The military would know. There's cameras, there's satellites, there's all kinds of things going on. They wouldn't know. When they see some random ass dude running around life faster than sound, they're like, okay, this guy's on our radar. We got this dude. He's done. So it's not beyond my suspicion, belief to say that, hey, maybe military applies things to metahumans. They understand what's going on. They know what's going on, and they want to stop them as possible. And that was kind of cool to see that happen, because you see the Flash kind of race in and to kind of do things all the time, save life all the time. Every once in a while, he kind of gets hung up. And this is kind of cool to see him get hung up a little bit more from a regular guy. He's like, General Wade Eiling. I'm going to take you down. Cool. You know what? I'm gonna do it though. Bam! It's done. Flash. Look at that damn egg. I'm like, oh my God, Flash. Look at the egg right now. You're like all spiked up and done. You're finished. And they're like sitting there later on in Star Lab, like, boop.
Yeah.
But also at the same time, to have a conversation during that, it didn't make sense to me. He's like sitting there like, hey, oh, but yeah, things happen, and then, ow, and then more things happen, and ow, and then more things happen. That's what annoyed me about that whole situation. I was like, really? You're in horrible pain. This is devised to like take you down. You should just be like out of it, like, oh my God, like Arrow style, like Arrow style, right? Arrow style. He's just like, get my herbs, my spices. Like, I mean, that's not Arrow. I mean,
yeah. Well, herbs. Yeah. You know, herbs and spices bring back from the dead.
That's right.
So
the correct combination.
Yeah, you can't bring those out just now. You know.
Yes. And
so saying over here, herbs and spices. Like, what's up, Arrow?
Yeah.
I mean, it was like, I'm serious. It's like, it's hilarious to me. Like he gets, and then there's like herbs and spices.
That's right. Whatever you're gonna be marinating the mushrooms in later for some spaghetti. Yes.
You tripping?
We can saute with the remainder. Yes.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
But my point is that like sitting there on a table with spikes in his body, just like everywhere. It's like talking all calmly, like nothing. Like I'm just like, he wasn't talking completely calmly, but he was still kind of like, really?
Yeah. Can we speed this up? Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
just watching. Yeah.
Yeah. He's like,
I want to see him like have it hit him and be like, you know what? Bah! And then all fuzz out of him. Like, would be cool as hell.
Mm-hmm.
Am I lying or not?
yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah, it would.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe later on and whatever, but I'm just saying, it just seems so. They didn't matter at the end of the day. Like, they devised these traps for him, but what's the point of them? It didn't work. Mm-hmm. He's still moving around like nothing happened.
Well, you know why it didn't work is because he's a military guy. He didn't plan on the secret weapon of a van pulling up and picking him up and putting him into the van. That was never like he runs. He was
Who knew that
he runs around.
Deus Ex Machina was going to be like
van
the
rental.
van from Silence of the Lambs.
Right? Yeah.
I love that word. Thank you very much. Appreciate it because it was very obvious. It was like, really, you're done, sir. You're done. Who's helping you right now? Like, who's there to help you? I'm confused about who's helping you right now. Like,
yeah, I did the action report, like after action. It was like, so General, you said a van. Stop. Like,
you had how many armed people with you and a white unmarked van?
Did you get a license plate number?
Yeah.
At all? Like, well, it was kind of dark. Like, we have flashlights here, right?
Yeah.
Well, see later on though, he does show up at S.T.A.R Labs.
Yeah. So
he doesn't know everything. Yeah. That's what kind of is cool about him. But at the same time, though, what the hell though?
Yeah.
Eiling reveals all these cards. Eiling reveals all these cards the government knows and knows what we know.
Yeah.
Everything. But then at the end of the day, he's dragged away.
Right.
What does that mean?
Yeah. I know.
General Eiling eventually. I'm not trying to spoil anything for anyone. Sorry. Spoiler alert.
Okay.
Eiling eventually becomes like a crazy demon, metahuman crazy thing that he modifies himself. Like he tries to like kill.
Yeah. I hope not.
Yeah. It's a long story.
I didn't like that storyline. That was kind of stupid.
Kind of lame.
No offense to anyone who wrote that.
Yeah. Okay, well, we should wrap.
Right. So, do you have anything for show and tell?
Thoughts or show and tell?
Devin, do you have anything for show and tell this week?
I mean, I had this mask early on that kind of like failed miserably, but it's kind of cool seeing it now jarringly because like you see my face.
It's awesome.
Excuse me.
I think you should share it.
You should share it. Just put it on. Oh, that's nice.
It's very cool.
Man, that's nice.
Bring it. Yeah. I'll get your pizza. Yeah, exactly.
Cool shirt.
Yes, I noticed that before. I like subtle things like that.
Exactly. Like that's what makes. I love when people don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
They're like, "City? Where the hell is that?" I'm like, "In your dreams." In your dreams. In dreams. Look in your dreams. You'll find Silver City. You'll find it. But like, I love this kind of stuff. Like, I don't like being so overt with my whole flashiness because like I'm awkward in general. So,
flashiness.
Saying like, this is what I want to wear generally.
Yeah.
But this show Rod is coming, and I am so excited about it.
Right.
But I do really want to see more traditional rogues. Maybe just give me. But Captain Cole, seeing him and how Heat Wave be done so well, a little over top.
Mm.
A little over the top.
Right.
And then also Piper a little over top too. But you know what? It worked for the medium.
Right.
That's what I really want to see more of. It's like Grodd is awesome. Grodd is building up to be like this, and the fact that Eiling's like, he talked to me in my mind. I was like, what? He got you. That force of mind, bro. What you gonna do about it? And then he just dragged away and done. But then like you have like spoilers. Hunter Zolomon unmasked, finally in the suit. Like he is real, finally the Reverse Flash.
Yes.
And we know he is. And then after the show, what the two of them? And what does that even mean?
Yeah.
What does it mean?
Mm-hmm.
What does it mean? What do you think it means?
What I think is just that he's just going so fast.
Well, isn't he from the future too?
Time paradoxes, man. Time paradoxes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I think it's just yeah. So what I was hoping for is that his future self is coming back to help him out to get him unstuck as best as he can without directly interfering. If that makes any sense.
Okay.
So,
completely. I mean, that's what whole thing is. Flashpoint, man. Flashpoint.
Yeah.
But he does it properly. He runs back through time and. Sorry, Flashpoint may not be. I'm gonna stop talking now.
That's awesome.
Flashpoint will ruin a lot of things for a lot of people.
Yeah.
You know what? You guys can figure it out on your own.
Yeah.
You'll see it eventually, but it's coming. It's gonna be amazing.
Yeah, so I'm excited for a lot of things to happen next week.
Okay.
Yeah.
So on notice is Iris is still?
Yes.
I'm going to put Red Pepper on notice.
No, Red Pepper is now our slang for discontinuity item.
Discontinuity. Red Pepper. Okay.
That's slang for whom and where? I'm curious. What's going on?
What?
Red
Pepper.
From?
Yeah.
What's that mean? Pepper.
Red Pepper?
The Red Pepper.
Red Pepper. Oh, that's awesome. That's so it works.
So
this week's Red Pepper was
Right. Well, also I felt like this episode was the scientist was like didn't really care for his wife, it was just like after like they came back, I made a point, it was like
I have really bad things I could say about it.
Yeah, let's just not say about that. But I thought like that was just like
it's just he's like, the biggest may I say this? Biggest dick ever in life. Like he sucks. Like he's a swab though. He's just like, may I have a bottle of and I want to my wife, and then I want to be like and I want to be like this, control everything. I'm being right now. Sorry, Stein, rubbing the wrong way.
All right. Well, I think that's a good point to end it. That Dr. Stein rubs people the wrong way.
Yes.
But yeah. So with that, we'll see you guys next show. Okay?
Yes.
Okay.
Many things will happen.
All right. So,
17th, by the way. Craziness.
What happened? Sorry.
The next show is March 17th.
Yeah, it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be a crazy show.
I don't understand why it's so late, but it's happening, and why is my phone going off? I apologize. Okay. But yeah, it's happening. And March 17th, why? What's going on?
Oh, it's not until March 17th?
I feel like his next show is said March 17th. His next show going on.
Okay.
Like a month
I don't
from
know. See, we're looking at the projected and it doesn't say anything.
Yeah, it doesn't
about
say
it,
anything.
so.
But yeah.
Not at all?
Maybe Sweeps Week. I don't know.
Yeah.
Hey,
Well, no, sweeps are in February.
Okay. I don't know. I have no idea.
I don't know
We'll have
either.
to wait. Okay. So it's been Devin at. You can find Devin at Twitter's at Flash Johnson, right? And then Ari. Ari's is at
ARI4NNE.
And then I am Christopher. I'm at Teleject, TELEJECT.
Mm-hmm.
And we've been talking after the show.
I also want to add in one more thing.
Yes.
Want to add in fastestfanalive.com.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Awesome stuff. And then also speedforce.org.
Yes.
That's my baby.
Yeah, both really good places to hang out if we're really going to have to wait that long for our next episode. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Cool. This is so. Stop calling. Hey. Yeah, we're great. Awesome.
Okay, cool. Okay, until next time.
Indeed.